Want to 10x your growth? Discover how only 3 growth hacks in 10 days can change everything. Welcome to the 10-Day Growth Hacking Challenge with your host, Nader Sabri. Today, we're here with Ankar with a company called PursueIT. To know more about what they do, you can click below or head over to the kickoff video to know more about their story and what they do. They're shaking things up in the space where there's fragmentation between people who want to take on hobbies or learn new skills and being able to find the right places to go, whether it be individual instructors or partners that can provide anything from swimming, skating, piano, and some other really cool experiences like cooking. And I'm sure there's a ton more than that, right? It's just a few of the things. So we successfully finished hack 1. Today we're here on hack number 2. Welcome back, Ankar. Ankar, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. So before we get started, those tuning in, just a quick reminder of what we do here in the challenge is based on the growth thinking methodology. Do what we do here. This is your answer. All right. So let's get kick-started. Ankar, tell us first off, what is hack number 2, what has happened, and what the results look like?
Sure. So our hack number 2 was about customer acquisition through a referral program. So the hack that we looked on was to create an incentive for our existing customers or potential new customers to bring along with them another customer. And when they do that, both of these customers benefit. So it's kind of a standard referral program, but with a twist where, let's say a customer comes and books a particular activity, we give this customer a 25% discount. If he brings a friend along with them, they get a 50% discount. So it's really kind of creating incentive for 2 people to come on board, do the same thing. So what happens is, you bring your friend, you do something together, which is always fun, right? There's an activity you do, because a part of these hobbies is actually to, of course, to have engagement outside your office and work, right? So social learning, there are a lot of different aspects to it. So we are kind of creating a more, let's say, an appealing offer or a plan for people to come together and do this, in a more kind of a better way or a cheaper way.
Awesome. I like that. So the hack is basically, in growth hacking world, we call this a viral loop. But this is a kind of a first generation viral loop, but never to be underestimated. They do work. And it's the beginning of creating other viral loops, creating more consistency as well with this viral loop as well. And I think you can maybe explain a little bit more about that. But essentially what's happening here is not just incentivizing existing customers, but incentivizing them to recruit other customers. It could be 1+. So ultimately, they can bring a buddy, or they can bring 2 buddies or 3 buddies or 4 buddies. And ultimately what will happen is, even if they want to give it to somebody else, correct me if I'm wrong, who they didn't pair up with, but pass the incentive on to, it can still happen, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Yep. As long as, they kind of are in some way together, they can use it. Absolutely.
Perfect. So explain some of the things. I go back to the principle I always teach her in the challenge, which is we're looking for a rising horizon over a spike, because spikes are dangerous to growth, although everybody's looking for them. As I said in some videos, it's like doing cocaine, and that's not what we're looking for here. We're looking for consistency to create momentum. And we have a very interesting thing behind this hack. If you can just explain the consistency we're building behind this to build that rising horizon and the momentum for growth using this hack.
Sure. So, as you rightly said, so we're not looking to kind of do this as a one-off kind of an activity or do it kind of once and kind of get that particular spike. The idea is to build consistency into this, where we run different programs at a certain time interval. Okay. Now we could pick different activities, different categories, different type of programs, and we run it consistently throughout the year. So there is always something for people to kind of engage in. Because see, one of the things about hobbies is that sometimes people know what they want and sometimes they want to explore, right? Or sometimes they just want to kind of, so if you find something attractive, you're kind of lowering the barrier for them and making sure that they can enjoy it. So it's going to be a consistent approach that we would run on an annual basis at a certain time interval, maybe picking 1 or 2 of different types of activities and create that value for our customers.
Perfect. I love it. So those tuning in, what Ankar has done very well here is not one-offs. We want to keep this thing going on and on and on, and building some form of consistency in the sense of the behaviors that we're creating within the marketplace environment that he has, where people will know that every 2 weeks something comes out. It keeps them excited. They know that something's come out, and there's always the double up, so they can always give it to somebody else, even as a gift if they wanted to, but ultimately getting somebody else to come in. So tell me, what did the signals look like as you implemented this? Have you gone through full implementation implementation, partial implementation, and what do the results behind this hack look like right now?
Sure. So what we have done so far is like, partner implementation, where we have gone to the partners and to discuss this hack and get their feedback as to what they think about it. So we've got good signals, strong signals from our partners when it comes to, implementing this hack, because, the value that it brings to even our partners is that, while you get new customers who would be kind of coming, there are always, a lot of these activities are recurring activities where people would continue to be staying engaged. So, they have recurring value that they would draw from this. The signals from the partners are positive. They do understand and appreciate the value that they would bring in. And the other part of the hack where we now need to go out to customers is something that we would be starting off very soon, hopefully next week itself. Where we go out and start to test it on the customer end and see how customers respond.
Perfect. No, I mean, I'm glad that the partners, which in this case are those who provide the hobbies and the actual activities, are on board, because ultimately, I mean, who wouldn't want new customers? So they bought into the value that you're presenting. They bought into the idea and the mechanism that in the way you're doing it, where they get the spotlight, you promote them. So there's obviously branding, there's awareness, and it's designed to just bring more customers in. So there's a revenue element to it. So you hit all the right signals with them, and having them on board and saying yes is an excellent start. And like you said, I mean, this, like anything, there's always two sides to it, right? There's a side of bringing the partner in, but then there's the customers, which you're going to roll out, which is what we obviously just discussed in the hack, but there was the behind the scenes. So, okay, awesome. So it's great that you got those initial signals. So when do you start on the customer side now, actually rolling it out?
So I think we are looking at somewhere around middle of next week. Earlier if possible. We're just getting ready with all the creatives and all the kind of email marketing and all the material, finalizing it. We have already finalized the first activity that we're going to target with it. So all of that is there. We just need to now roll it out. Perfect.
Yeah. So now you got to build like, you need to build a calendar, I guess. So you have a bit of a delay. I know you can't do that now. It's about getting this out, but ultimately it's like, you in a month or two in advance, you want to be planning that 2 week, 2 week. And so you've got an annual calendar where everybody knows when their slot is in. And so you've got a ramp up, right? You've got like you need that. Once you get that system in, like we were talking about earlier, remember we were talking about that DNA it becomes part of your DNA, because you just build that process into your system. It just runs and works on an automated way, and you just scale, right? And it just keeps happening and working. And the beautiful part about this hack, and I guess we covered this, of course, offline, but the fact that you build this kind of viral loop into your system, whenever you introduce a whole new customer into the system, the viral loop goes back and kicks in. So no matter whether that's a customer you acquired or a referred customer or somebody who's just discovered your platform, they still go back into that loop. And so the loop creates that perpetual effect, which will compound eventually. It will definitely compound and eventually, grow your user base quite dramatically. I'm excited to see what that's going to look like, man.
Yes, I'm too. I'm looking forward to seeing the results myself. Yes.
Awesome. So, okay, anything else that you want to share with us regarding this hack?
No, I think we have covered pretty much everything about this hack. So now it's really about executing it and getting feedback from customers and fine-tuning it as we go along.
Awesome. I love it, guys. That is Viral Loop in action on PursueIT.ae with Ankur, who is making this happen. He's driving this viral loop to not just tap into existing customers, but bringing in new customers, partnering with his partners, who are the instructors, to bring new value on a consistent basis. Guys, for more information on PursueIT and Ankur, go below to know more about his story and what they're doing, and understand in more detail what we're doing in the sense of the growth challenges and hacks. Go back to the kickoff video, check it out. Feel free to reach out. Before we tune out, if you want to do what we're doing here, it's all built on the Growth Thinking Methodology book. You can copy what we're doing and learn what we're doing and grow your business just like we are over here. Ankur, awesome. We're off onto hack number 3, man. You ready to go?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I love the energy. All right. Good luck. See you in the next hack, man.